Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to day 2 of the Virtual World's Best Practices in Education Conference 2021. I am Lorraine Mockford, LV across the metaverse, and I am the VWBPE 2021 Program Chair. It is my absolute pleasure to introduce the second keynote speaker of the conference, Ms. Heike Philp. Heike Philp is the CEO of Let's Talk Online, SPRL, based in Brussels, Belgium, immersive education specialist. With over 20 years in language education and with Germany's first live online language school, Ms. Philp co-initiated 4 European-funded projects and has been working with 49 European partners, including 22 universities, to develop accredited and certified teacher training courses for language teaching and learning in immersive environments. Here are the EU projects that she's been involved with: Lancelot, Camelot, and Guinevere. Do you sense a theme? DAF WebCon. Heike Philp also runs her own web conferences, the Virtual Roundtable Web Conference for Language Learning Technologies, DAF WebCon for Teachers of German and SL Languages Annual Symposium. She co-owns EduNation Islands in Second Life and in OpenSim. Ms. Philp is also my VWBPE program collaborator, bringing the language learning flavor to the conference, as you will see today. She also coordinates the stream team for VWBPE. Heike's presentation style is interactive. She is going to make you work. However, if you have specific questions, please save those for the end, and I will. You can either send them to me directly in IM, or you can put it in local chat with a Q. So let's hear a big VWBPE welcome. Over to you, Heike Philp. Despacito.
Thank you so much, Lorraine, LoriVonne. Thank you to the Virtual World Best Practice in Education Committee, who actually said that they would like me to do a keynote, which kind of dazzled me, and I'm very privileged to be here. Thank you so much for listening to this talk. And yes, first of all, I think I correct. S Languages used to be a conference we ran on EduNation for a while, which turned into V Languages actually. And I'm so happy that it's now been the second consecutive year that V Languages, our conference, has been adopted as the small little sister in Virtual World Best Practice in Education Conference. So we are part of the program. I'm so honored. I'm also very happy now in the second year. This has been taken up by a number of presenters to actually choose V Languages as the strand and to be part of the Friday. So thank you so much. We've had a bit of a beautiful start with the song. Some of you were able to hear it. Unfortunately, because of the recording, we cannot play it now. It would maybe breach copyright, I don't know. But it's the song. Why have I chosen this song? It's because it was in 2017. Not only was it #1 on Spotify, but it reaped a number of gold, platinum, diamond sales in many countries. It stayed #1 in many local charts for up to 100 weeks, like Switzerland, or 80 weeks in Germany. Why is it so special? It's because it's one of the first bilingual and bilingual songs, and it was done with Justin Bieber, like featuring and Daddy Yankee and Luis Fonsi. So they did a collaborative work there. It is kind of a mini holiday song, with a feeling of, oh yes, some Spanish, some Cuban, some Puerto Rican. This is where it was filmed. And NBC News called it Despacito, an unbelievable explosion of a bilingual song. Yeah, it's fantastic. So now allow me to start by asking you in the audience, and I'm so privileged to be working with you on this one, because you're my esteemed colleagues who are dedicating their life to education. And so I'm in the best company, and I would like to ask you not to sit back and relax and maybe just listen to me for, I don't know, 45 minutes. But to actually be actively helping me construct this knowledge that I would like you all to ask. And what would you like me to? It's all about, how can we best use virtual worlds as educators? So I will be asking you a number of questions, and you may be able to answer in text chat here in IM, and in the public chat here in World. Or I have also a Mentimeter set up, so you could also take the Mentimeter one, which allows us to maybe also do graphically or creatively show some of the results. I will sprinkle these questions in between the talk, so stay alert. We'll give you the number for menti.com in a minute. So now I'm going to actually forward the slides. So, destination guide, Spanish, Russian, Japanese, and you will be surprised that it's actually in the destination guide itself that was created by Linden Lab. There's a section called International, and you will find Russian, Spanish, Japanese, and a whole host of other languages. And there's some 80 sims designated just for these language communities. Thanks, LoriVonne. That's wonderful. That brings me to the first question, and LoriVonne pasted the number of menti.com in the text chat. It's 6480-9881. So you can use that with menti.com, or you can type your answers in the public chat. I will be able to read it, or LoriVonne will read it to me. And I've actually set my little alarm to give me an alert every 10 minutes to pause and look at the text chat. So why do you think people learn languages? Feel free to answer in text chat or use menti.com. I will share at the end of the talk, I will share the link to the published results, and I will tell you a little bit what's coming in. So Max says to expand their world. Shiloh says to learn to understand another way of seeing. Sandra says to communicate with others. And to prepare for travel. And JJ Drinkwater says to read books as they were originally written. Wonderful. Jess says to learn other ways of thinking, better understand other cultures, to get university degrees. Samantha says to connect with global communities, learn about other cultures, and expand their possibilities in the world. Gentle says, Jay decided to study German to exercise my brain and to read scientific articles. And that is amazing, Gentle, because you're really also on the path of, if you do this as a question to Google, this is what it will come up. And it says people who speak more than one language have improved memory, enhanced concentration, better listening skills, are better in problem solving and critical thinking. They do better in a variety of cognitive areas and even experience slower mental aging. Speaker of more than one languages excel in social skills such as in greater tolerance of traditions, religions, arts, and history of the people associated with that language. Learning a second language also opens additional doors to opportunities for studying and working abroad. In fact, between 2010 and 2015, the number of US job postings specifically geared towards bilingual candidates more than doubled. Thank you. Thank you for your wonderful answers. And allow me to ask the second question. Whilst I'm still going to show you some of the beautiful pictures of the St. Basil's Cathedral, Red Square, where you can actually meet native Russians to talk to, or Japanese. Now, the beautiful thing about language learning or looking for native speakers of that language in virtual worlds is you can actually approach people there in the streets or on the Red Square or in the village, the Japanese village, and you will find that many of the residents there are, in fact, natives. Allow me also to show some of the beautiful images of, again, the destination guide. Learn Greek in Santorini. Oh, that is such an enchanting place. Learn Arabic, real difficult language. And I'd like to take you on a journey on, to feel and get a sense of the international, the travel, the things we are so much missing at the moment. Now I'm seeing in the chat that some offers of Arabic. Is that so? Olive Tree, can you teach Arabic? Oh, what was the one you offered? And what about English? It says 75% of the world population does not speak English. And so they're looking to come and join virtual worlds to be able to practice English. Have you met some of them in the world? Have you met people who totally and utterly say, well, I'm here to learn English? Yes. Eric says, yes. Dancerina says, yes, yes. And sometimes that's a bit painful for English native speakers to be exploited like that. So here's the next question. Now I have to explain a little because now you have to give me specifics. what we're looking here as, it's called the CEFR, the Common European Framework of Reference. And it's a way to describe how well you speak a language. So if I ask you a question, how many languages do you speak and how well do you speak and what kind of language? Then I would say I'm an A1 beginner level in Portuguese. I am a B1 in Italian. I'm a C1 in Japanese and Swahili. Okay. Well, C2 is near to native speakers, but C1 allows you to study at the university. Now you have to, Olive Tree, you have to add the A1 or A2, which is A1 is a beginner, A2 is able to travel in a foreign country. B1 and B2 basically gets you into working with that language. B2 being kind of office work or more sophisticated. So here we have Shiloh says B1 French, A1 Spanish, Navajo, okay. Asante, so give me the number, please. And don't just say English, French, and Spanish. Give me the number. So again, menti.com, if you don't have, then you write down A1 French, B2 Spanish, like that. Yeah, Didi Barker, you do it right. A2 Spanish, A1 French, A1 Arabic. Oh, lovely. I'm impressed. And here's somebody who can do A1 Spanish, Mandarin, French, and German. Oh, Tori, fantastic. Here's Olive Tree is a B2 Spanish. Yeah, it's a personal impression, but you get a good feeling for these. Pookie does A2 French. I'm impressed. And Gentle is a C2 native English. C2 is native speaker. Well, you are a native speaker. Max does A1 Portuguese, C2 Spanish, C1 English is Nahi. Yes, Nahi, I was right. You're a Spanish native. And Olive Tree does A1 German as well and A1 Japanese. Awesome. And Beth says C2 Taiwanese. That's wonderful. Thank you so much. And please also give me that in Menti if you could. I'm watching the results in Mentimeter and I'm happy to share the results afterwards. I hope I actually, no, I have to go on with that presentation to be able, for you to be able to put this in. Oh, apologies. So I had to forward the slides, but now you should see it in Menti. Take your time. So I'd like to just tell you a little bit more about the work that's been involved in with these EO-funded projects. Allow me to, if you can count to 5 in Japanese, that counts. So I believe we've been on a reconnaissance. By the way, I looked up the French meaning of reconnaissance because I was interested. And it has nothing to do with the English meaning of exploration, checking out the enemies, you know, that sort of meaning that we've had. So reconnaissance in English is the exploration. It's also checking out territory, whether it's dangerous, yeah, or where the dangers lie. And I must admit, and we're actually fast forwarding from Guinevere back in time to Camelot, and actually, sorry, that was a bit fast, but it started all with Avalon. I'll move the slides back again. So in Avalon, we entered a virtual world back then. It was 2009, so that was just at the end of the high times of Second Life. And we entered this world with an open mind as to, well, what can we do here? Can we use that to teach and learn a language. We were pleasantly surprised, but we were also had in mind, could it be dangerous for our learners? Thank you, Danya Zenfold, the code for menti.com. That's so wonderful. Could Second Life be dangerous for the learners was a big part of our concern, because as educators, when you go first into an environment and you wish many to follow you, then you've got to find out, do reconnaissance, do an aerial reconnaissance and an immersive reconnaissance, and also maybe, see how your emotions are affected by this world. And probably every one of us who's been here longer also has been through emotional distress. So it's sometimes also called drama. But you have to live through it. And I believe many left this world because of being heartbroken. So thank you so much for doing the menti.com. I will just go back one more time. Oh, you met your husband in SL, Nahi. Ooh, oh, beautiful. So now I have to fast forward again, because I went from Avalon to Camelot. By the way, Camelot was a means of getting to, to come to grips with the fact that not many language learners can enter this virtual world. And so we decided to film it, which was great. And in Guinevere, we actually learned to build. And here, my heart goes out. Excalibur, yes, it's not granted as of yet, but we're handing it in again. So this would have been EU-funded project number 5. But we are still putting it in until we get it. So let me, before I actually address some issues and stop here, just mention briefly our wonderful partners on EduNation. That's Redlantis. That's a great request. Shiloh wants to meet people from Cambodia, Vietnam, Thailand to learn their languages. Fantastic. So Atlantis has been around, I think, 10 plus years, and they now occupy a complete island of EduNation. They've basically taken over EduNation 1 because we lost residents in the years, of course. And I'm so thrilled that they're part of our community. They still offer language tuition today, and Learn It Town people, the same, for many years. Do you remember English City, run by Shiv Rajendran from London? English City, they used to be, they had about 20 Sims. They introduced tens of thousands of students into Second Life. I think they had a whole staff members. They were role-playing. They weren't really teaching English, but they were role-playing in a bakery, the sales assistant, or in a bank, or at a post office. It was fantastic. And Carol, who's here in the audience, she was one of the teachers there. Carol, would you mind sharing a little bit in text chat? So impressive. Carol says, we just had about everything any city could have. and used all of the places for lessons. There were conversation, games, role play. Carol Rainbow is from the UK, by the way. It's been a very trusted friend for many years. And somebody who's very much into Minecraft. She said the English taught at English City were at all different levels, she writes in text chat. Well, it sounds like, Carol, you have to tell everyone about Minecraft now. Thank you so much. So that brings me to, I think, the first issue I would like to address in this keynote. Well, we love Second Life so much. We all share that one passion, which is bringing our learners into this world. However, they don't stay. And it's been a problem that Linden Lab is very much aware about, and they're trying to do their best. I listened to Patch Linden's talk with Kevin Phelan yesterday about improving the user experience, improving the user interface, doing everything they can to keep those 360,000 new users every month. Apparently some 57 million accounts were created. That's a little bit old, that chart. It's by Ryan Schultz, by the way, an infographics, addressing that, yes, there are 350,000 users each month join Second Life afresh, but they don't stay. Then, what was it? Ebbe Oldberg last year, in I think November, mentioned that currently Second Life is being at a level of approximately 900,000 users on a regular basis. So let me quickly stop to check the chat. Thank you. Oh, Miami says she heard that 80% of people who try it leave after the first visit.
I can watch the chat for you, Heike.
Oh, you're wonderful. Thank you so much.
I'll let you know if there's anything significant.
Oh, I get everybody a breathing space from my voice. So here's your next question that I would like to address. Back over to you. Thank you for helping me, because I really appreciate the feedback of you educators in the audience. Let's all pull our know-how together. So this is question number 3. What kind of tools or features would we need to help SL residents learn a language? And I'm saying this because of retention, like user retention. If people understand that they could learn English here, or they could learn Spanish or Russian, I believe we could win them over to stay. So question number 3 is, what kind of tools or features would we need to help SL residents learn a language? What do you think? I'm also forwarding this in Menti. Sorry about this. Oh, this has been a wonderful set of replies. So here's your question again. What kind of tools or features would we need to help SL residents learn a language? Jules Dockhouse says translator. Beth says an up-to-date, copyable, transferable translator to use in Word with instructions in different languages. Translator. Pop-up bubbles on normal objects and on classic verbs. Wonderful. The teen grid was not a bad idea, says Pookie. Samantha says automatic closed captions. Tizzy says being able to find non-judgmental people to share conversations with, people not tech. Denya says Google Translator interface. Voice-to-text and text-to-voice capability could be helpful to everyone, not just for deaf people, says General. Oh, you're wonderful. You are wonderful, everyone. Actually, thank you so much. It's wonderful. I would like to turn your attention also to another tool that I would like to introduce to you. Oh, you're doing amazing with menti.com, everyone. That is so fantastic. I'm happy to share. So I'm going to paste to you a text, a link into the text. I just had to quickly try it out, so sorry about this. I'm going to give you a link in text chat, and you can access this link with a mobile phone if you like. It's an app, it's called the MS Translate app, and the Microsoft Translate app has one feature, which is a conference feature. I use my mobile phone as a microphone, and those who join using this link, it's called translate.it / and in capital letters HREGL. And then you will be able to choose your language. So you can choose German, you can choose French, you can choose Italian, and you will be able to see in text what I'm speaking. It's a speech to text. Speech to text translation tool with anything up to 100 languages. Translate.it / HREGL. Try it with English or German or French just to see what the language translation is all about. So, but let me forward the slides as well. And of course, you're right, a universal translator. Now, many of you probably remember the times when we had a universal translator in Second Life. We had Google Translate be part of the interface of the viewer. Yes, Jules says yes. And we used it widely. It was one of the only, like it was so magic. I could go to Japan and actually read in text chat the English translation. It was so fantastic. Well, it was only text, text translation, but people typing the text in public chat. But my God, it was so wonderful. And then Google changed, I think it was in 2006 or something. No, 16? I can't remember. Google changed and they started charging for the translation. And Linden Labs stopped using it. Thank you for trying this app, MS Translate Out. This is wonderful. And I remember Google's charges for this translation tool. Oh, I think they had a few pennies every 1 million words. I mean, it wasn't much. But Linden Labs stopped using it. And I think it was a bad mistake, to be honest. People are even responding with this MS Translate chat and responding. Carol says it's interesting. Well, we used it. It's free, yes. We used it with people here in the committee who are deaf, and we're talking about Ice Guy. So she was able to listen to conversations because I switched on the microphone and used my loudspeakers, and she was able to see in text chat a complete transcript. It was wonderful. So Google Translate could even be a tool for people hard in hearing. Amazing. Yeah, the translators, Shiloh is right. She bought one, and they're wonderful. They're really fantastic. However, they have to be purchased. They have to be worn. I mean, try and explain somebody in a foreign language that they should deploy this tool, first of all. It's not necessary, really. Skype does live speech to text, and it kind of works for English. Thank you for that one, Dinya. So here's my next question to you. We have to get going. What else could help Second Life users learn a language? We've done the translation tool. Thank you, Ice Guy. Ice Guy is responding here in MS Translate. She says she's been asking Ebbe to deploy something similar. Yeah. So what else could I'm moving forward with my mentee. Oh, you're amazing. So you're amazing. Really great. For mentee.com. The number is 6480-9881 if you still want to join that. So what else could help the users to learn a language? Oops. Didn't want to give it away. Have to wait until you come up with ideas, everyone. Shiloh suggests to other languages sim to have an open house and to invite outsiders in. So what else could help Second Life users learn a language?
Carol asks that you move the Menti slide, please, Heike.
Which slide, sorry?
Menti? It needs to
the
be
Menti. I thought I did. Okay. For some reason it says voting's closed. I'm not sure why. Why would it be closed? Oh, I have a feeling it's my end, because it tells me that I'm back to being in Menti mode beta or something like that. I think I haven't paid my subscription. I only have 3 questions left. Oh, that's a pity. Never mind. Okay. The question, what else could be done in SL2? Sorry about that. So, well, as you can see my slide. Here I have an idea. I would like to put this to Linden Lab. A 3D destination guide. Well, it could be in form of a tower. So, sorry, I have to switch on the microphone again of the MS Translator as it stopped. So, it could be a 3D tower with all of the languages being part of the building process, you know, a big, huge building process. But it could also be simply something like a European theme park, or a miniature global village, one with landmarks like, you know, the St. Basil's Cathedral, Red Square, or sightseeing destinations, a small Disney World, yeah, kind of. No, but something like in 3D. So language learners or users in Second Life, they land in a place where there's small little representations of the wonderful destinations that we have in Second Life. That's what I call a 3D destination guide. I mean, Linden Lab has been emphasizing a lot that they do not want to get into providing content. They would like to stay a platform. However, they created and curated a destination guide as a website on their secondlife.com website. So why not create a 3D destination guide in Second Life where people immediately see the beauty of these different locations, and maybe then they have like teleport stations at little Spain or little Japan or that sort of thing. That's my idea. And then, yes, also on a very good path that I'll come to in a minute. Our Eric Mondrian says maybe something like the lab's portal park regions with a central plaza and destination portals to language, culture regions around the circle. Beautiful. Thank you, that's great. What else could help Second Life users learn a language? What do you think? A VR headset? Do we want that? Not really, right? I was just joking. But what we do need, we educators, and we desperately need that. I need that to teach a language or to learn a language and to communicate with people. Thanks, LoriVonne. I would like to have the ability to share my screen, show a video, and to share slides easily in Second Life. Don't we all want that? So I'm wrapping this up, and I thank you very much for being so wonderfully sharing your amazing ideas as a group of educators here. I'm really, really thrilled. So the last question I have to you, what do you appreciate about Second Life? And yeah, we could do a 3D destination guide also for museums or for history or for role play. I don't know. Could be. Thank you for these ideas in text chat. So what do we appreciate about Second Life? I'll wrap this up now and allow for some questions in the end, if you like. And I tell you what I appreciate about Second Life. I found some, that's a bit fun, guys. I found some archived images when I was preparing this talk. And I laughed my head off because this is what it used to be like at the very beginning. Remember, guys, we used to play with pens like that. So some archived images for you for fun. Here, what did an avatar look like in Second Life? Way ago. This is just for fun, guys. I'm just a happy SL user. Pet companions, what were they used to be like? And what about those images? Do you remember back in early days when we used to dance with each other? And hasn't Second Life progressed? So this is my last slide to all of you, and thank you so much for joining me in this wonderful conversation about what could help Second Life, what could help us as educators, because we would love to use this environment for our business and for educating people. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Heike. This was fun. Look at all the applause. Now, we have time for a few questions. Before we have to move on with the rest of our day. All these lovely comments. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So many great ideas. And as you probably know, folks, there are 2 more sessions with Linden Lab coming up. One later today that is a roundtable with very specific questions to be asked, so it won't be as interactive. And then on Saturday, tomorrow, there is a quadrivium with some members from Linden Lab as well. So, been taking notes, what we can do with this. Heike, I don't see any questions coming in. I think we answered them all as we were going.
Thank you so much, everyone. It's been a thrill to be here. Thank you. And have a great beginning of the day, beginning of a wonderful conference day.
Thank you, everyone, and thank you, Heike. Go and enjoy them.